wizard.
Alright, good morning. Good morning, everyone. I hope you're all having a great day so far. Hope you're all going to have a fantastic week this week. God bless you all, and all praise be to Jesus Christ. Alright, on the weekend update, we would say that if we wanted to see price go higher, we had to get above 86.5, this high volume node. And if we got above the 86.5, we could probably see price come back to 90K and hit this quarter 4 VWAP. And while she did just that, while I thought she would get rejected off the VWAP and perhaps come back down to confirm support off of this weekly VWAP, she did not. She just blasted right through, went back up to our 68K VWAP that we traded in for so long. Okay, she acted as good support so many times for us. We knew if we got up to these levels, she was probably going to be a real strong rejection, and that's exactly what we've seen. We have got blood diamond on the 1 hour here on the Heineke Ash with money flow coming out on the 1 hour. Okay, we're sitting right back around this previous quarter 4 VWAP. If we're not going to hold this quarter 4 VWAP, we've already lost the daily pretty good. And now we're losing the previous daily as well. So if we're losing the quarter 4 VWAP right here at 90K, I would expect to hit this previous weekly VWAP around 87, 86. You could even come down to the moving average, the 5-day moving average. It is also starting to come up, okay? So we'll keep an eye on that. We'll make sure these levels are holding as support, and then maybe we can talk about getting back above the 68K VWAP and continuing higher, okay? On the 2-day, I wanted to bring caution on that weekend video because the money flow was coming out with the VWAP going up. It wasn't, they wasn't playing together, right? We saw it right here. I pointed it out on the weekend video that as money flow was coming out and VWAP was coming up, we saw a little move up like we started to see here, and then we got another move back down. But now our money flow is curving up. We said she could come down to the zero line and start to curve, and now that's exactly what we're seeing, and the VWAP is going in the same direction. So what I was thinking has been invalidated, and that's why we're prepared for both situations. Now, I'm not saying this money flow, this VWAP crosses over and then starts coming down with the money flow, okay? The money flow starts to come down with that VWAP, and we could very well see, I'm still not giga bullish right now. I'm still not calling for hundreds, Ks, all-time highs yet. Just based off the deep momentum waves on the daily, the 2-day, I'd like to see some ranges, maybe a little bit lower prices as we gain bullish momentum, like we saw beautifully on the 4 hour. On the 4 hour, as price was coming down, we just kept getting good bullish momentum, and then boom, you get that third one. Boom, she comes right up. You hit your quarter 3 VWAP. You get your divergences. Money flows curving to the upside. Beautiful. Beautiful. And that's what I want to see on the daily. I think if we can see that on the daily, then these bull divs on the 4 hour took us a few grand up, right? I think if we could see that on the daily, if we could see bull divs on the daily, that could potentially take us to all-time highs, okay? So I'm still looking for that. Money flow is coming down on the daily. I was looking at the weekly as well. Weekly is starting to get a sharp curve up, but she's well under the zero line. So you could see a rejection. We saw it right here. We saw a VWAP starting to come up. Price was reacting, and then she got rejected. And that's what brought us to where we are right now. Money flow is still coming out. And we all know about the monthly red dot that just confirmed. I've been hammering that 3 week before it confirmed. And now we only got 6 days left. 6 days. Time flies. And I was trying to break it down locally, but on my 15-minute where I like to take my trades, I like to take my trades as soon as that money flow either goes into the red or into the green. For me, it's blue. But man, she's just been so choppy right now, and that's to be expected after such a quick move up, and now we're getting a real quick move back down. It's to be expected. the volatility, right? So I'm kind of just sitting on my hands right now. I wasn't able to short the 68K VWAP. Man, and she would have been a hell of a short. So I'm just sitting on my hands right now waiting for my next entry. It still looks pretty choppy. I know there's a CME gap down here, but right now, since we are losing that daily and money flow, I mean, if she does come out again, let's go to the 30 minute. See, money flow is coming out on 30 minute. VWAP is coming up, but looks like she could be rejected right off that zero line. I'm eyeing this previous weekly VWAP for the lows. And if we're not holding that weekly VWAP, we're looking back towards the spider line and the quarter 3 VWAP. And of course, this quarter 2 VWAP, where I just think it's going to come down eventually come down to, because it lines right up. We've already fallen into the low volume profile once, and we saw what happened. We got that major move down. Now we did come down to 78K, and I've been calling for 75, 76. That would just make the most sense to me. It would have made the most sense to me, because now we could just be well on our way to all-time highs. I'm not saying we're not, but it is a possibility. But this quarter 2 VWAP just lined right up with this high volume node. You see we fall into the low volume profile, but now we got a little bit of volume there. If you watched the channel a few days ago, we did not have this much volume in this channel. Okay, so we may not hit it. We may not come down to this high volume node at 76K, but we did come down to 78K, and I'll take it. I was calling that move for weeks. It was nice to see it actually play out. 4 hour. Now, see, we are getting some pretty deep anchor waves above the 60 line here on the 4 hour as well, and we could be playing bear divs off of these, okay? Or we could just see it come all the way out and make another bull div, right? But I don't think price is gonna come back down to the 78Ks. I mean, she's possible. It's possible, but I think we found a nice little bottom, okay? At least for this week. I could be completely wrong. When we start crashing immediately after I put this video out. But if we're gonna get higher, if we're gonna open, we got to get above 68K VWAP, okay? And then we will trade in between that 68K VWAP and this 87K VWAP again, more than likely. Now, if we want to start talking about hitting 100K again, we're gonna have to get above the 87K VWAP. Like on these higher time frames, we're gonna need price to be opening above this 87K VWAP. The only time she's gone up and blasted off is when price started opening above the 87K VWAP. Okay, so that's what we're looking for to the upside and to the downside. With that money flow coming out, I'm looking for the previous weekly VWAP right now. If we're losing the 90K level, I'd be looking for 87.5 maybe. And if we're not holding those levels, if we lose the 86.5K level again and we start falling into that low volume profile on the higher time frames, I'd be looking back for the spider line and these two VWAPs right here, 80K and 76K, 76.5. But these are the levels I'm watching for today. I'll be back later today when the daily VWAP resets and we get some data on it. I hope you all have a great day. God bless you all, man, and I'm out.